Welcome to 3 Hours Early, Episode 4, Take 3. I'm one of your co-hosts, Ash, and I'm joined today by Adam.
You can't tell him it was Take 3.
And Matt.
You can totally tell him what he wants. Hi.
Hi, guys. So today we're going to be talking about a few things. Wonderwoman's going to be one of them. Maybe a little Baywatch. And we'll go through some E3 games, get some of our opinions out there. You will disagree, I am sure. And maybe a little about Zelda mobile games.
Ooh.
So let's jump right into it. You guys watched Baywatch this weekend.
No, we're not getting a Baywatch.
What?
We watched Wonderwoman.
We're gonna say one thing. Go watch Baywatch. It is a fun time.
Baywatch was a good movie.
And don't
I had
look
fun
past anything. It's raunchy comedy. Go see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonder Woman, however, we do need to talk about
Yeah.
because she is the most powerful superhero of the DC universe, let alone being a female character. She's the most powerful female character in superhero in the DC universe and the most powerful superhero in the DC universe.
She's more... You know I'm going to bring this up. She's more powerful than Superman.
She is more
the
powerful.
invulnerable Kryptonian.
She's invulnerable too. However, in the movie, they did not really go that route.
I don't believe she is as strong as Superman.
She is.
She is.
Well,
They're on the same tier.
Adam doesn't think she's as strong. He thinks she's stronger.
Right. I think
pound per pound, she is stronger than Superman. I was reading her bio. This is an unrealistic number for all you ladies out there. She's 6 foot and she's 130 pounds.
Jeez.
Does that mean anything for superpowered people though?
Yeah, I think so.
Does that have any sort of relevance?
6 foot 130.
Like if you took like measurements, oh yeah, Superman's like 6'2". I think he's gonna have
6'2", and he's like what, 200 pounds?
But they both lift quintillions of tons. It's not like
Yeah, and pound for pound, she's she's stronger.
was that like a pound?
Yeah, if you take
Is
the
a pound?
you take the quadrillion tons, and then you divide that by her weight.
But those beings, do they even like? Can they? Like they don't work out, right? Like they're never going to increase in size.
No,
Well, why can't
actually, I don't
they?
think Superman works out, but Wonder Woman works for it. She trains, she works out. That's all her, plus her god powers. But
Plus her god powers.
whatevs.
So the movie was good.
Movie's
It
great.
was so good. I was reading lots of things. People were crying during the fight scenes.
Crying?
Yeah.
Like tears of joy.
I'm not gonna
I would
lie. I got a big enough chill in one moment where like I got the tear. I was like, "Whoa,
Wow.
she's
The
looking
thing
mighty."
is, when I watch Wonder Woman and when I watch any superhero movie, I have the same feeling because I am so used to just watching people kick ass. I
Yeah.
watch superhero movies. It doesn't. I've seen so many guys get it, so I get that feeling. And
Yeah.
so when I watched Wonder Woman, I got the same feeling. It didn't mean
Yeah.
much to me, but for these girls out there, these women, this is the first time they've really seen it. This is the first time they've experienced
Wonder Woman.
Female.
a female, a hero that they kind of relate to, kicking ass. It's not some hero, like, it's not a guy defending her. They've put themselves in that spot.
Right.
And I've related to that so much that I've forgotten what it's like. But yeah,
I think for me, it's not like I wasn't like looking at it. At any point, I wasn't thinking, "Oh, this is a lady." For me, it's when she's climbing out of the bunker. It's just been so long for me to see someone like. I'm gonna stand for like her ideals. I just love so much, and when she blocks that, you get that sweet shot of the bullet coming at her. And she blocks it, and that's where I was like, "Whoa!"
yeah. And I guess I was reading up. Patty Jenkins wanted to put this No Man's Land scene in there.
Yeah,
And everybody was apparently saying, this doesn't make sense. Why would you put this in there? We already have like this town scene. We have all this stuff. Why do you want to put this in there?
yeah.
And she was saying, it's because like you don't get what I'm trying to do here. This woman has been said no to up until this point. And she says, well, I don't care. She's been shuffled around London by the arm, being told, no, don't do this, don't do that. And she just had enough of it. She had to stand up for her principles, and that's what this No Man's Land scene was. And
it was one of the best scenes in the movie too. And it also helps because after that, everybody's on board. It's not like, oh, well, look at this lady. And it's just like, yeah, no,
Okay,
go follow her. She knows what she's doing. She's great.
She can do it.
She's obviously onto something here.
So
there might be bigger.
They did a really good job of portraying her as a powerful female lead.
Yeah.
Female role. And, you know...
I think they could have done powerfuler.
Really?
Well, she was she was
growing.
growing. Like she didn't quite know what she was. She didn't have the understanding of who she was. But what I did like is that every time she needed, she would go to this well of power, and she would go a little deeper. And she was always surprised by herself, like how much stronger she could actually be when she puts her mind to it. And then when you get to the finale, and she really just gets to the bottom, she just unleashes it all. Mm-hmm. And she just becomes this heavy, just like heavyweight megaton.
Yeah, she became.
You feel it the way she moves. It's like, oh, and they demonstrate that so well.
Carlos Santana.
No, she became the powerhouse that we all know her as.
Yeah,
but I felt that she was getting shuffled around too much. She didn't exert her dominance like she usually does in the comics and everything.
Oh, okay.
Like in the animated series and the comics, she's a dominant force, mm-hmm. and she doesn't get pushed around at all.
Was this at an origin story?
Yeah, this was an origin story.
So is it her kind of growing into herself, into her personality over the course of the movie? Like, do you see traits of that?
She's supposed to be growing into her compassion to man and humanity, because she is a grown warrior. She was trained from youth. Yeah. To be a warrior amongst warriors.
Yeah.
And so to see her being trained as a warrior amongst warriors, and then, just...
I will say, though, it's her whole philosophy going into it, though. Like, I don't know what you're saying. I think she becomes that by the end.
Her philosophy was, I have a duty to fulfill. I have to fight Ares.
Yeah.
And I have to go to war.
And as far as she was concerned, she had the promise from this one guy. She did trust him.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, we're going to get there. And he did. He lied, which she wasn't a fan of. But, he did get her. It wasn't like...
Yeah.
Like, she was just trusting this guy to get him to the front line. And he did. And then as soon as she reached the trench, that's it. She's taking it from here.
There wasn't enough logic. They didn't use lot. Like, I would assume you negotiate with her. You try to explain things to her, and she would understand. They kind of played her off a little dumb in my books. It's like she's not that dumb. She doesn't think that's armor. She knows that's clothes. If you explain to her, listen, I have to do this. This is my job. I have to do this first. Then we can go to the battle zone. She'd be like, okay, that makes sense.
Just reason with her.
She's a woman of reason.
She's a woman of reason with,
and there's no reason to be
godly background. Like, she still comes from a place where it's vastly different. Like, there is no guys. There is magic. There is... And she believes, like, the heart of the war is one God. Like, there is a bit of a disconnect. And she is learning, like, okay, it's not totally how I see. And so...
Yeah, that was kind of just the part of the... it felt like a lost component to the compassion towards man, because she was really she wanted to fight from a young age. She was like, teach me how to fight. I want to go to war. I want to do this. I want to be like you guys.
Yeah.
And then she slowly sees what war is. Yeah. She sees the wounded soldiers walking away.
Yeah.
And that's when her growing sense of compassion is like, oh, war isn't exactly what I thought it was.
Yeah.
And then she finally gets to no man's land, and she's like, "No, never mind. War's not cool." And that's why I don't have a problem. That's why I have a problem with her smirk instead of her snarl during the fight. It's like, yes, she enjoys battle, but at this point, she needed to do something compassionate for these people, not just enjoy a battle.
But she was doing both. It is that little girl, like, she sees all the, oh yeah, and then she just grows up with all the training. She's trained for like 20 years. She's enjoyed it. And there is that part where it's like, oh, this is awful. But at the same time, she has this warrior. It is just like it's built into her, almost like Zod. Like she's designed.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if that's spoilers to fight. It's fused into her being.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay. So you guys enjoyed the movie?
Enjoyed the movie.
Overall, she's presented really well as a female lead.
Yeah, Patty Jenkins did a good job directing that. If that was all her work to throw in that no man's land and all that, great job.
Great decision.
So then the question becomes, what's Marvel's punch back? What's their counter?
They have Avengers.
Marvel does not have the DC women are way stronger and way more memorable than Marvel characters.
This has to do with just DC's, I would say, constrained cast of characters. Because you have the 7, and there's only really Wonder Woman in the main 7.
Yeah.
And then but then you get Hawk Girl, and then you get Canary, and all these other cool characters.
Yeah. But who's the main chick in the Avengers?
Black Widow has been for a little while,
Widow.
but we're getting Carol Danvers in Miss Marvel this year.
That's happening.
Yeah,
because Miss Marvel would be a good one. The one I really want to see is She-Hulk. I think She-Hulk is exactly what women want. You know, she's a smart ass lawyer. She debates with cosmic beings and like super level intelligence.
No.
And then at the same time,
did she ever put the trial? What's his name? The Tribunal? The living tribunal? Yeah. Did she ever put him on trial?
I don't know.
That'd be fun.
I don't think so. But and then she transforms and is one of the she's super strong.
Yeah.
She-Hulk.
Pound for pound.
Pound for pound.
I won't say pound for pound because she actually weighs tons. She weighs tons.
Is she the same strength as the Hulk?
No. No.
Pound for pound?
Pound for pound. No.
No, she's not as strong as the Hulk. They don't have a heavy hitter.
She doesn't have the rage boost.
Wonder Woman, yeah.
Oh.
They don't have a heavy hitter like Wonder Woman. They have Miss Marvel.
Yeah. Well, none of the characters are really on that level.
No.
You're not once you get there, once you have get past the planet continent busters, then you have the molecule reality warpers. That's their once you bleed into that type of power.
Yeah. That's true. They don't go to the god levels.
Yeah, they go from Cyclops to Mr. Watchman.
They have Thor, and Thor is
molecule man,
like a world breaker to me.
I'm still unsure of
and then
how
there's
strong
Thanos.
Thor is.
There's Thanos, and I guess all their villains are very strong, and then they all have to work together to beat him. Yeah. But no, She-Hulk would be a great addition. Yeah. And she also gets her powers by doing good. Like she tries to save her cousin.
Yeah,
and that's how she gets.
I'd love to see Storm get folded back into Marvel.
Storm was one of their
she would go good with Black Panther.
The X-Men have the strongest female characters. However, they're X-Men.
Jean Grey, Storm.
Yeah.
Kitty at one point down the road.
Kitty Pryde.
Kitty Pryde is good.
I think I respect her more than I respect the others, actually.
Oh.
As far as X-Men goes.
Really?
I think she's one of my favorites.
Wow.
She becomes a leader.
Yeah.
I think she's a better leader than Storm and all them.
Oh, Storm's a good leader.
Storm is the...
She was gold team leader.
Yeah. And Mystique. Mystique as well is a great female.
Mystique. I don't like the way they portrayed her. Like, I get what they've done with her, and I like the direction they take, and I respect it, but I don't... It's not Mystique. Like, they totally changed that character. It's not who I want to see on screen.
Mystique, I've never seen grow. Like, I don't understand Mystique. Especially in the comics. Like, she's just all over the place.
Yeah.
She's good, she's bad, she's good, she's bad.
She's
bad, she's bad, she's good.
Yeah. I guess she doesn't really run off of too much logic. She runs off of emotion a lot. She says, "Oh, I have to kill Trask," or "Oh, I'm against Charles, so I got to be with Magneto."
And I never see her grow. Like she doesn't. And also, she's not what women want. Women are tired of.
You don't necessarily know what women want.
No, because women are tired. Women are tired of having to do the espionage thing. They're tired of the Widowmakers. They're tired of the Black Widows. They don't want to see that sort of
They don't
hero
want to be
anymore.
typecasted into.
Yeah, where you have to be the woman type hero, where you are kind of sneaky and ninja, and
We should be past
Fox,
that.
should you do a Dazzler? I like to see a Dazzler solo film.
I don't know much about Dazzler.
She's fun. She's just a really fun character. And she's got cool powers. And you do like a total like Scott Pilgrim kind of style, like music and light shows and
It's going. Scott Pilgrim style would be great for Squirrel Girl.
yes,
They're going to do Squirrel Girl movie.
That's right.
And I think keep her as a gag character almost, but have fun with her. Don't try to turn her into a serious character.
Kind of
yeah,
Guardians of the Galaxy style.
even further.
Yeah.
Like it should be a Gong show.
Like Captain Underpants style.
Captain Underpants.
Oh gosh.
I'm going to be seeing that later tonight.
Are you?
You're gonna see that tonight.
I'm going to see that later today.
All right.
Wow.
I'll
Fair enough.
Get a review up.
And let's go for some indie chicks.
Yeah. Cybersix.
Let's pitch it. Let's pitch it.
Cybersix, the best female written character. This is a character written by Carlos and drawn by Carlos. I forget their last names. From Argentina, Canada, and Japan.
Japan.
They came together. They made a great TV series, which is just I don't know. It's remarkable how much depth this character has.
Watching this cartoon, like I got goosebumps. I felt emotional for what was going on in this series.
For years, I mean, and this was like back in the 90s I was watching it for years. It's just been a very inspiring piece of work to me.
And it's very different. It's
Quick side note: it is drawn by Carlos Meglia and written by Carlos Trillo.
Trivial.
Trillo.
But unfortunately, it didn't get the views back in the day, and it got canceled too soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to know how many people out there have actually seen Cybersix and would dig a Cybersix movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, a superpowered like vampire dark hero female lead would be awesome.
That would be really
It
neat.
would be so cool.
Just seeing her run across the buildings, take out some Frankenstein, some gargoyles, some of these cool creatures that you would see back in the day, and she's just like I don't know really. And then she poses as a male teacher at day.
Yeah, and that's weird. I don't know how people would feel about that.
But as a kid, I bought that. Like I was just like, oh yeah, that's a great disguise.
She's basically Clark Kent during the day.
Yeah.
And then this
And she has one of his
vampire at night.
one of her female students that's in the front is totally in love with
yeah.
That's an odd.
that's kind of a Japan thing though.
Yeah.
That's anime. That's manga. This isn't drawn as an anime though. It's not.
Well, that was the Japanese. The Japanese animated it, while the Vancouver-based company produced and wrote it.
Because it's very different from Japanese anime.
Yeah, but it's all based off the Argentinian, so it's like
the art from Argentina.
Yeah. Well, that was the guy who wrote it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a heck of a collaboration between countries.
We need a Cybersix movie.
We need a Cybersix movie.
Who would direct it?
That's a doozy.
Del Toro. I think because it's got a great gothic feel to it.
They're in
to
like
think
Transylvania type battlegrounds.
Fighting Nazis and monsters.
Yeah.
And it's like Pan's Labyrinth, but in Gotham.
Shit. That's a good one.
I
don't know if he knows what it is though.
No, you won't.
He doesn't know what that is.
You can read you can read all the material. The comic is mature. It's got boobs and stuff in it, but the animated series was
It takes the core elements, PG-fies it, and then really makes it work.
and
It doesn't really lose a whole lot of
doesn't lose anything as far as I'm concerned. It does lose
the swearing and the
the
boobs.
swearing, the
Explicit
boobs, the
The-
vampirism.
but she turns the monsters into vials that she drinks instead of just straight up drinking their blood. That's a big difference.
It's less violent. It's 90s.
Censorship.
Yeah, censorship.
Yeah.
All right, so Cybersix, Del
She-Hulk.
Toro. throw in some She-Hulk. Those are the next female lead.
Who do you want as a female? Who's a character that
I love the X-Men. I love Jean Grey.
Yeah, what about what are some good video game characters? Female.
There's Lollipop Chainsaw, written by James Gunn.
You know, why does Zelda always have to be the damsel in distress? In Smash Brothers, she's got some wicked powers.
Yeah.
And she's chic.
Yeah.
But why does she have to mask herself? I don't want her to mask herself anymore.
That's right, because she's doing that espionage archetype that female leads.
I think passes as a male. Actually, is how she is presented.
I think it's about time we make the Zelda game instead of Link. Make it Zelda.
Yeah,
Zelda.
I want.
And they meet the Prince Link.
And then finally, all those people can be right when they say Zelda.
Hey, this character is Zelda. No,
because she's just get her to put on the green. I don't know what the heck that is.
Tunic,
sure.
The green, like Link's tunic.
Yeah, okay, and the green hat. She's got the blonde hair. She looks identical to Link.
Yeah. But especially in the more recent Links, like the Breath of the Wild, but previous to that was Skyward Sword. Link has quite a lot more feminine features.
Or they can ask this question to you. Are you a man? Are you a boy or a girl? And then you choose girl in your Zelda instead of.
And there's the same sprites.
Yeah. Except for your name is Zelda.
That's fine.
From another point of view, if we could get like a female-led Pokemon live-action movie, because I know they've been trying to make one.
Okay.
Make a female-led. That'd be cool.
But what do you do with Ash? Is Ash even in it? I don't know.
No, well, it would have been Red. I know.
Who?
Red, Blue. That's their names.
Okay. Those are actually their names.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Is the next one Yellow?
Yes, Yellow is the girl.
Do you mean on
Green? It would have been Green was the girl.
You're serious.
Do you mean on the cartridge?
No. Well, in Japan.
You mean like there's a TV series in Japan or a movie series in Japan where the lead is Red?
Yes. Ash is based off Red.
Okay.
Gary is based off Blue. And a girl that we don't see, but she's like a cameo in the animated series. She's based off Green.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
Learn something new every day.
That's trivia for you.
But otherwise, female lead from a video game that I'd like to see a movie of.
They're coming out
through the Rolodex.
They're coming out with this dark. Oh, geez, what's the name of that one where you were death? Darksiders. The third game, the third iteration here, it's going to have female.
Wait, who has the rights to the Darksiders? Because that company went under.
I don't know, but it's coming out with a third.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
Pretty sure.
Now I'm curious about that.
Can't admit
I thought we were going to see any more of that.
Looked like it was a female lead.
Okay.
Maybe don't take my word for it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did not study that for this cast.
So there's a few games that we're expecting at E3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to get your takes on some of them. I think one of them you guys are just going to jump for joy of, and I'm sure you already know, Bloodborne 2.
Ooh.
That is confirmed?
Well, it is highly likely to show up.
Are these predictions, or are you just...
No, they are a list of games that are highly likely to show up.
Well, I did know
at
From
the
Software
conference.
is working on 3 games. One was supposedly Bloodborne 2. One was a new sci-fi fantasy. And I forget what the third one was. Some new IP. So
Not Armored Core?
Armored Core might be the sci-fi one, but the new IP might be something we don't know about.
That sci-fi? I hope it's Armored Core.
Yeah.
I would jump all over that.
A Bloodborne game, an Armored Core game, and
Brand new IP.
a brand new IP would be great.
Yeah.
I would...
We'd be tied up for a long time.
Give me all that. Give me all
Yeah.
that. That's... Geez, as long as they don't come out at the same time, because then...
So, Bloodborne 2 versus the Dark Souls, Demon Souls predecessor. How do you guys like it compared?
You know what? It's great because it's different. Whereas Dark Souls is all about more of defense and caution, Bloodborne's all about like just getting in there. It's all about the fast pace, being aggressive.
Yeah, it was a change of pace. It was a change of atmosphere. It was a change of lore.
Lore is great.
Didn't
I
go
love
as far
the
as, Devil May Cry speed, because Devil May Cry is ludicrous.
well, it's yeah, it is closer that way, but it's not that actiony.
Okay.
It's not a button smasher.
Yeah.
But
You played it, right? We
Devil
made you play
May
a level,
Cry
right?
is not a button smasher.
It is.
It is
Of course it is.
combos.
It's combos based.
All right.
It's
a button smasher.
It is more technically
When are we getting
required than a lot of other beat 'em ups, but it is still sort of the style of it.
That was great.
The next Devil May Cry we're getting is God of War.
Oh
no, not the
that
new
still
God of
looks
War
great.
Is very different.
It's now Last of Us.
The previous
Last of War.
Still the Devil May Cry style.
Last of War.
I know
it is not a Devil May Cry style. You saw that? You saw the trailer last year's E3.
Yep.
That told you Devil May Cry in any respect?
No, it looked more like the Tomb Raider style.
I'd also take that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Tomb Raider Dessert. Oh, wait, no, there is a movie.
There's a
Alicia. What's her face from
they're gonna do a new Tomb Raider
Ex
movie?
Machina? The robot from Ex Machina is going to be a Tomb Raider.
She's going to be Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
I don't see her as
I've seen set photos of her. She looks great.
Yeah?
Really?
Yeah, she looks like she's going to kill this movie. It's going to be awesome.
How do you think females think of Tomb Raider?
I don't know.
Besides-
Angelina Jolie. I mean,
Jolie.
I think that she did a character justice.
Tomb Raider was fantastic, especially the most recent.
I enjoyed that movie.
You know, she was all about like her own power.
Yeah.
Everything she did was in her control.
In fact, Angelina Jolie just did strong female leads.
Yeah.
I enjoyed all of her movies. She wasn't really lead wanted, but I enjoyed that.
Is she in the new
Smith.
female
Mr.
version of Oceans?
I can't say
what?
for sure.
There's a
the
they're
female
releasing the
Oceans
Ocean series. They're releasing a new movie with women as the main.
I know they had Jennifer Lawrence for a little bit, but she dropped out because I think she doesn't like to share power. She doesn't want to share the star power.
do ensembles.
Yeah, she would be like the Matt Damon character, and she's like, "Well, that's not big enough."
The Matt Damon character is like the secret.
Calm down there, Seagal.
The Matt Damon character is like the secret main character of the Ocean series. Yeah, you know,
Angelina would be great.
Yeah, she'd be great.
Yeah.
I hope she's in the.
Yeah.
At the very least, make a cameo.
Well, do you
Because
think
she
they're
was
going to
a
get 10 or
female
11
touch.
women, or are they going to kind of shrink it down to like 8?
Will they get
I don't know. But
11
it's-
women and then make it a comedy?
Yeah, get Meryl Streep in there.
Streep. You want Meryl Streep in everything.
I don't want Meryl Streep in everything.
Was Meryl
She could be in an
Streep
Oceans movie, though.
Was she in that Mamma Mia
You got to get a
Possibly.
Who would be
with Pierce
the
Brosnan, where he had put on some weight?
who would be the I don't know what his name is, but the
George Clooney.
the George Clooney character.
Oh, well, the main two people were cast a long time ago. I just can't quite remember who they were. But they were good. They were good.
I picture a woman of age of wisdom.
I think the chick from Felicity Jones is in it. Mm-hmm. And I think
Well, you got to put Betty White
Anne
in there.
Hathaway,
Anne Hathaway.
Rihanna,
Oh,
Okay.
Aquafina,
okay.
join Bullock.
Get
Sandra
Betty
Bullock?
Get Betty White in there. Yeah, you got to have Sandra Bullock in there.
Wait.
Yeah, no, you got to get Betty White in there.
She's playing the old guy.
No, yeah, she's like playing the casino owner
I
or
gotta
something.
take a moment. I love Anne Hathaway.
Do you?
She has grown as an actress. She played several of those. I don't know if she was ever a Disney woman, but because you got all those Disney stars who grow up.
Yeah.
She may not have been that, but she played those kind of younger, fantastical, I'm a princess style movies.
Yeah.
Ella Enchanted. It's going to bug me. There's another one that I would point to. She also then went on to Devil Wears Prada.
Right.
She did the internship with De Niro recently.
Oh, that's right.
And now she did Interstellar.
Yeah.
I loved her in Interstellar. She grew as a actress for me. And now she's going to be in this Oceans movie. And now I just got really excited for it.
Okay, how about Charlize Theron? I keep bringing up Charlize Theron. I love Charlize Theron.
No, that
Theron
was in
is
takes
good.
1 and 2. No one knows you've talked about
I love
Theron
Charlize Theron.
at all.
Everybody.
It's a secret unless you're on Patreon.
Charlize Theron is a great actress.
She is.
So Sandra Bullock,
Do they just consider themselves?
Helena
Are you just supposed to
Bonham
call them
Carter?
actors?
Yes, they are. They do.
They're
I
just
think they want to
actors?
be called just actors.
What?
She's a great actor.
I
That
thought-
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. She's a great actor.
I'm just trying to refer to you something.
Wait, what's wrong with the word actress?
It's is. It's the sound is. I think they have a.
Trying to get rid of. Yeah.
Okay,
so.
well.
But yeah, that was the other thing because they just that one chick just won the award at MTV for the first gender neutral award, right? Who was that? And so I think that was helping the cause for why don't we just have actors like best actor for Oscars?
Jeez, who did?
And then complain. It was.
Yeah, but why would they create a gender neutral category? Why don't they just? It's all one category. I know it's not the Olympics. There's not that physical difference between actors. There's not that difference between.
To be fair, I guess
anything.
I don't see the rationale to separate them in the first place. And I guess maybe it's just an old industry standard that maybe doesn't need to exist.
Yeah. There is. I'm gonna say it. It's weird. I don't like to use the word
It was
sexist.
Emma Watson, by the way.
There's still sexism in that industry.
Yeah.
There's still sexism going around. There's lots of it, actually.
I love Emma Watson.
Emma Watson got...
Yeah. For Beauty and the Beast, I think.
She did great in Beauty and the Beast.
I never watched Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
She did fantastic.
I'm still a little fuzzy on the gender neutral part of this award. I don't really know the specifics of it.
Okay, well, we'll have to look into that. And
Yeah.
I don't know too much about it.
But good for her.
Anyway,
Okay,
back
great.
to...
Yeah,
so
games.
Bloodborne turned into Anne Hathaway. How much I love her.
Well, we
And we
said Tomb Raider. Well, that's what it was.
Tomb Raider.
That's right. We brought
We
that
got
up.
into games.
Okay.
There's a lot of games with great female characters, and I wonder, do you think enough women are playing these games?
Yeah.
Bayonetta would be a fantastic.
Wow, Bayonetta. Great call. I don't...
It's almost Cybersix in itself.
But again,
Well,
if,
She's super sexualized.
Yeah.
It
There
shouldn't
is
even
this
be-
problem with the waifu 14-year-old trying to get 14-year-old appeal to these women in games.
Oh,
And
yes.
it really bugs me. Like, it's just stop it. You don't need to do that. Just
Yeah.
kind of that anime...
dress her properly.
Yeah.
Give her good powers.
Well,
You don't need to appeal. Like, I'm tired of seeing the same cliche women and female.
Well, in Overwatch, Tracer is the lead. That's their star. And Tracer has been, I think, officially confirmed as being a lesbian.
Okay.
And she's...
Why though?
Yeah, what does that matter?
I'm actually confused why that would be even because
relevant?
well to their also Tracer
Because they've created a story out of the Overwatch world, and they're trying to,
Did it?
grow and
That's
expand
fair.
boundaries.
The Overwatch women have been ridiculously fetishized, though.
yes, and that's
And
really disgusting.
You
Actually.
mean by
So-
fanboys?
Yeah, just
and-
all the drawings and art
Yeah,
that they do.
they've
It's
been
just, come
fetishized.
on, guys.
That's
And
unfortunate.
it's not entirely their fault. Those women were drawn and created.
Tracer though is like the most conservative.
But you say that, but out of them all...
Widow Waker really isn't that bad either.
Zarya and May are the most conservative.
Yeah,
And
Zarya and May
they're
are
super
conservative.
fetishized.
I mean,
I have seen that.
the only traditionally sexualized females in Overwatch, I think, is Widowmaker and Diva.
Yeah.
Those are the
And-
only obvious ones.
But
And
even half the
then-
time, Diva's in a giant mech.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
Tracer had that issue where her starting pose, she had her butt exposed, and they had to change that. 'cause
But
they were
that's
getting
like
many
so.
complaints.
I mean, that's.
It's,
I get it.
okay.
But I don't understand what the problem is.
I guess the concern is...
they were obviously drawn to appeal to 14-year-olds. Let's face it.
No, but that's what I'm saying, is I think Overwatch took the first step in not doing that traditional thing, but at the same time, you're not going to ignore it altogether. You're not going to have like a woman who doesn't have curves just because it might be considered sexual. You can't just go away from that and hide from
Why
it.
do they all have to
Why
be
can't
wearing-
it just be all diversified the way it is in Overwatch?
Why do they all have to be wearing tight suits?
They're not all wearing tight suits.
They
Is
really
Tracer
are.
not wearing a tight suit?
It's
Tracer
not
is-
actually that
is-
tight though.
Well,
It's
no,
a
Tracer's
jumpsuit. Is it?
No, Tracer's is tight.
Just take a look at their butts. It's all.
All I see is collar. That's what I focus on. Collar and goggles.
But you have May.
That's all I see. That's the first thing I'm drawn
She's a
to.
pilot.
And then the two guns. And
Good job.
I don't see anything bad.
Why does she look at that? She looks like a pilot.
She does.
Yeah, well,
She's got style, but I've never seen her enough.
She goes real
Okay,
fast.
yeah, she goes real fast. So you have Zarya, who's not sexualized. You have May, who's not sexualized.
Yeah.
You have Tracer, who's...
But are fetishized the most.
Yeah, Ferris, not.
Okay, again,
Don't
those
keep
are the
saying it.
fans. I'm talking about what Blizzard has done. And they've just given a good, diverse cast.
Yeah.
And it would be unfair to expect them to have absolutely no quote-unquote sexualization when really it's just the female body type sometimes. And they're allowed to explore that range, which they truly have, which is
Yeah.
good for them. They're not sticking to your traditional waifu style. I think they tried to...
They do. They do have a bunch of different personalities. You can pick one or two, like out of a group of people. Like, you're just going to
Of course.
be kind of like that. So
But it's not dead or
Yeah.
alive.
right. Oh God, now that's the worst offender. That
It is, but it's got a way smaller audience than
yeah,
Yeah.
Overwatch.
good.
Yes.
So,
good.
so moving on.
Dead or alive
I'm
volleyball.
just going to say I don't disagree.
Detroit
Jesus
become
Christ. What?
Detroit Become Human.
I can't wait for that game.
I don't know what that is.
I am totally on board. I'm buying that day one.
Okay, so
Choose.
produced
It's
by
the
the
Explain it to
detective.
me.
Detective robot trying to solve crimes.
same
Individual-
publisher as Rain or
Yeah.
Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
Quantum
Okay,
Dreams.
the interactive one.
Yeah.
He is an android.
Yeah. I just love Blade Runner esque. I love robot mentality. I love getting into the mindset of like, how would a robot go about this?
I'm not a fan of.
Well, it's not about how a robot goes about
It's
it.
about how you go about it.
It's about.
But I'm the
how-
robot.
It's about.
I'm the robot.
Mind
Yes.
is blown at the
I can't
moment.
wait.
It's about how an advanced android can manipulate the circumstance, understand all the outcomes, and determine the best course of action.
Yeah.
It's about how you can.
But I just
something
imagine
to it.
once you get into the game, don't you think that they're gonna like, how do you be almost cold and calculated, right? Like, wouldn't that be a nice extra layer to be as just efficient and cold as possible to make the day better?
For sure, but at the same time,
That's
I
how
think
you play it, but it might not always work out for you. They might
for
have
you
someone that might be-
personally, you're not going to feel this. The android, I don't know how they're going to play that role, but you're going to feel those emotions. You're going to see this child who's about to fall off a building side.
You get to play it however you want to play it.
Right.
I'm not interested in those type of interactive games, though.
Okay.
So I'm not looking forward to
And
that.
you know what I
like
want to
reflex
see
games.
is Detroit Become Human come out, be a success, have them move on, create a new game, make it VR, and take their storytelling style to the next level where it really
Right.
belongs in a VR setting.
VR Superman. Let's do it.
Jeez. Don't succumb quantum dreams to some petty thing.
However, your idea of a Superman based game like that, like an interactive Superman game,
Yeah.
I would play that
Yeah.
just because Superman.
Moving on from Superman, Spider-Man, the game.
Spider-Man still looking good.
Yep, still looking good. I don't think we have much
Does
to
he
say on that. We
does
talked
he
about
still
that.
have the white? That's the one thing that really it's.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who
the white
designed that
Spider-Man
suit,
logo.
but the giant white spider on the suit, it's just so distracting.
You know what?
And it doesn't look
You know what I
good.
feel happened? Insomniac went up to Marvel.
And also with the shoes, he had the
Yeah. Well, I don't mind the street
Nike.
clothes.
He had the Nike.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
because that's almost riffing on the like the Spider-Man in the Marvel movie. Like I can totally buy like this is a kid who just made a suit.
Yeah.
But why would a kid put a giant white spider on a symbol?
'Cause he's the white
Where did
spider.
his style go?
Yes.
Where did his sense of style?
Well, don't be mean. There was a art director who drew it. He thought it was stylish.
Well, they created a bunch of costumes, didn't they? For him?
I hope so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they always do
probably.
create.
Yeah.
And then Marvel couldn't say
Even
no.
that the Arkham is all about. Oh, look at the cool costumes I can be. I can be
Yeah,
Adam West
that's right.
Batman.
Batman's costume is hard to get wrong.
Where is Adam
Yeah.
West nowadays?
Don't care.
What's that?
Sorry, West.
Adam West.
I hope you're enjoying
Where is Adam
retirement.
West? Yeah, he's enjoying his life.
Is he mayor of Quahog yet?
He should be.
He still is. He's always been.
Still is.
Yeah, he has always been.
If he's
There's
retired, I'm just.
I think Ubisoft's announced another Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
Yay!
when did the last one come out?
That's
This
gonna be
year, wasn't it?
Terrible. So
Montreal.
Syndicate.
I'm sorry, guys.
Syndicate was making strides into the females, though.
I have no faith in what you guys produce for games.
Ubisoft Montreal is the definition of somehow every critic gets excited for the new Ubisoft game. They're like, Red Steel looks amazing.
Red Steel. Oh, man, that was the biggest letdown.
Fifth Assassin's Creed in 3 years? This one looks so good. We're becoming pirates. Red Steel 2, they're going to fix all the problems they ever had. It's going to be amazing. Every single time, terrible. It's a dud. It's a 7 out of 10 or worse. Never meets the expectation.
Black Flags did do well. I think that was a big enough fresh air. In that one case. The Pirates.
Okay.
I almost wanted to play the Pirates. I almost succumbed. I almost got in there.
Oh, jeez.
But then I realized I don't like pirates.
Sounds terrible.
I hate pirates. Yeah.
Best pirate game was for the NES called Pirates. And that's when you're in a ship and you go to towns and you hire these guys and then you go into the sea and you have these ship battles. It was actually really cool for an NES game. It was pretty impressive.
Never played it.
Yeah.
There's a pirate PC Microsoft game coming out, also on Xbox. It's called Sea of Thieves.
Okay.
I think it's a pirate MMO, if I understand it right.
There was a pirate game last E3, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you just said?
I think that's right. I think it's Sea of Thieves, and I think it should show up this.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that last E3.
Okay.
I know nothing about it.
Didn't look like my cup of tea, but it looks like you go around in your boat, you're in your ship, then you can land on your island and loot and do whatever, and then you run into another boat sometimes along the way, or you see another boat coming into the harbor, and like they were doing all this stuff, and they all had to work together on their ship, and it looked interesting, but
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
I'm not interested. I haven't been interested since the third one. They kind of... I don't like the direction they went.
They rebooted after
the third reboot.
The third was like the final, and then they rebooted with...
Yeah.
I really wanted to play as Nova because I love Nova, but I never bought that game.
Yeah. Well, the Street Fighter 3 was like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was like Street Fighter 2, where they just had 1,000 versions of it.
And it was...
It's just like, can you just give me a new friggin' game with new mechanics?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, maybe that's what this will be.
No.
We'll have to take a look. I don't know if I'm particularly excited, though. I think the Marvel vs. Capcom fighting style is just not that interesting.
Yeah. Well, since they lost all the characters, like that's been for me, they're still missing like the X-Men. You can't get the X-Men in there.
Oh, really? That's because they know Cyclops sucks and you have no chance.
Well, they can, but they don't want to.
Balling. He's a baller.
He is the best.
Pew!
Upper blast.
Tekken versus Street Fighter. There might be...
No, I don't like
rumors
Tekken
about
versus
that.
Street Fighter games. I like Tekken games.
Did you play Tekken vs. Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Isn't it? You didn't like it?
No.
I never played it. I was curious, but I never.
Yeah, it was a little bit of everything, but
Yeah.
I don't like blended universe games.
Right.
It just detracts from me. I feel like it's non-canon somehow, and then I don't want to play it. So yeah, I'm losing out on gameplay, but there's just something about the story that irks me.
Right.
Yeah.
Tekken 2, one of the best.
And that's the same with comics. Like you try to get into
Tekken
comics.
2, that was the one that like everybody played.
Yeah.
Tekken 2 and Tekken Tag Tournament.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tekken Tag Tournament was probably the best.
Tekken, yeah, because they still had some of the more iconic characters that disappeared for a long time. Armored King. You had Devil and Angel, two cool characters. You had Yojimbo, what is his name? As Yoshi. As like one of the less robotic versions.
Stop.
Any new Yoshi games coming out?
Probably. Well, there was oh shoot, that's gonna bug me. What was the Yoshi game? Oh, never mind. I was thinking something completely different. I was thinking of the game 20 Questions on another podcast.
Oh.
Game Scoop. But moving on, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
That's not coming out.
It's not
It's
coming
not coming
out.
out for another 3 years.
No, no, they're almost done the first episode.
No, they're not.
First episode is broken. It's episodic?
It is. You didn't know this.
No, I did not know this.
They decided that they're going to break up that game into episodic content, and it's going to be large.
And I've been saying this to years on the webs for just people like, oh, why don't they just make a Final Fantasy 7? Why don't they just make? Because if you take Final Fantasy 7, take away the playmat overmap, this game is too massive. It took them over a decade to get Final Fantasy 15 out, and content-wise, that is basically Midgar of Final Fantasy 7.
How would you feel about Final Fantasy 7 on rails?
Well,
that takes away.
But that's always my other argument. You would take away the open world.
And
You would just be rails and corridors of Final Fantasy 13 and that.
Maybe just like
is that really what we want as an audience?
It isn't. It isn't.
It looks cool,
But I don't know if the episode 1.
but I'm not excited. I've already played it. I don't think I'm going to buy it.
Square Enix has moved it into their internal studio. So there was a separate studio that was running it, and they've canned them and have now brought it internal.
Wow.
So we could be seeing delays or large changes to that episodic content.
They just need to. I think you even go lower budget. There's no reason to. Because Final Fantasy is all about the story. It's all about the stories.
They took too long to take out or to produce 15. Way too long.
This is the budget for that must have been tremendous. I can't imagine the amount of money they must have lost.
Did they make any money? They've turned it into.
They went through 3 directors?
They had to turn it into
entire teams working on stuff that never got used.
Yes. That's crazy.
The whole story, they were making a game without a finished story.
They still released it poorly.
Yeah.
It was still a poor release. They had to turn it into a game as a service.
The game was good. And I did like it.
You could go back to it now and it'll be better.
Yeah.
From what I've been
reading. I do. I kind of want to play the expansions. I put in 100 hours in the first couple of weeks. Did
you really?
I binged it and I put it away. I platinumed it and that was good.
Wow.
Yeah.
You platinumed Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Good job.
I'm impressed. The only Final Fantasy game I really actively played was Final Fantasy 10. And I stopped
Blitzball.
when Blitzball became active.
All right.
Oh.
So Glint just came out. Is that
Glint?
right? Glint.
Yeah.
It's the card game from Witcher.
Okay. Yes.
I was thinking
Armored
Core.
Gwent. Gwent, the Witcher card game.
What am I saying?
Glint.
Shh. White Glint.
Gwent.
Anyway, Gwent came out. But I would love to see just a Blitzball game come out. And you've got Hearthstone. I'd like to see Triple Triad.
Yes.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
I really enjoyed Triple Triad from Final Fantasy VIII. And I really enjoyed Blitzball from Final Fantasy X. And if Square Enix could just do a side game style,
it would actually be a perfect mobile game. I want a real game of it, but it would be a perfect mobile game.
Yeah. Triple
Triad especially.
Yes, especially Triple Triad.
I mean, I think Final Fantasy IX's card game was better.
No.
It
tried to be bigger in scope, and I liked the concepts of it, but it was very RNG based. Even the numbers themselves, you never knew what was going to be what.
Oh, okay.
But they needed to tweak it.
Triple Triad was simple enough. Made for quick games. The rules within the game were diverse enough.
Yeah.
You could change it up if you wanted to. But as a completionist, I never wanted to. I just wanted to get all the cards.
As a completionist, get all the cards.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Survive.
I'm not interested in spy games.
Have you guys seen this?
No.
So it's it's the latest Metal Gear game that'll be coming out of the Konami Studios.
I assume it's going to be the first one without Konami.
Without Kojima.
That's shit. That's even...
Yeah, it's the first one. They described it as a survivor action game.
Okay.
And
how did they describe Metal Gear Revengeance? Action game?
It was just an action game.
I'd say so.
Hyper action?
As opposed to Metal Gear Solid, which was a tactical
espionage action game.
Not action. It was just tactical espionage game.
Didn't they say simulator?
Maybe.
Oh god!
I remember someone making fun.
Okay, so it's a survival.
Yep.
Action game.
Survival action adventure video game.
So they want because Metal Gear Solid 3 and Metal Gear Solid 5 were kind of you're out in the world doing things. They're probably trying to go back to the Metal Gear Solid 3
Snake Eater.
Oh, yes.
Like the.
That was a good moment.
They're going back to
when you have to eat snakes, things are real.
When you don't have Kojima making his own stuff. You just have to take what he already did and just do that again.
What I'm worried now that Kojima's gone is we're actually going to get a game within 2 years or 3 years, which means it's not going to have nearly the level of polish we expect from Metal Gear games.
I imagine
it's taken him, 2 decades to release 7 Metal Gear games?
You know what?
They're all good. The problem is
that's actually not the bad
Kojima's
track
kind of an airbag. Like, his story and his writing, it's too much. I don't want to hear all of that. I don't want to go through all that story.
But he's a master.
He puts it all out. Like, he loves what he's doing. And he probably puts himself in the hospital making these things. It's all on the line. You see it.
So it's about the time period between Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes and Metal Gear Solid 5.
No, I just want to see something in the future.
Wild.
I want to see something that's not Snake.
Well, it's not. So
they had an
move
opportunity.
on. You don't have to use Snake anymore.
You don't have to do
but it is
Metal Gear.
following the evacuation of Big Boss.
Metal Gear Solid 4 tied up
Miller.
Snake perfectly. Tied up that entire storyline.
Yes.
You can move on now, guys.
They should move on.
Yeah.
But
You have that beautiful world to deal with.
there's another Metal Gear Online.
You deal with the beautiful
I
world.
don't mind.
You can make another clone of them too. That's the one. That's the great thing about the whole story. Is if you want another Snake, you can make a clone of him and
Nobody
just put
likes
it.
clones, though.
They're all clones.
I know, and I'm surprised this series even gets a pass in that way because nobody likes clones.
Well, clearly you're wrong because
are you
people
talking about?
love Metal Gear Solid.
That lamb. Everybody loved that lamb.
I don't know if they've announced doing another Metal
The
Gear
first
Online
clone
with it or
sheep
not.
or whatever.
Would you guys be interested in another Metal Gear Online if it releases with it?
I would not play it.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'd play it.
You would?
Yeah.
I would definitely play it.
And that's nothing
I'm not-
against the
I wouldn't
quality.
be- I wouldn't be
just don't
excited
like
for
spy
it, though.
games.
Right.
I'd rather go back and play Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah,
They got that new expansion just came out.
that's right.
Oh, yeah. You guys played that for a while.
Yeah.
We love our Final Fantasy games.
I can't get back. There was a second there where I was going to, but then
It's really hard to get past that paywall.
Yeah.
It's like, shoot, that's a.
Yeah, I gotta
I gotta
click
pay, I gotta
30
pay
bucks.
that.
Come
I gotta
on.
pay that again.
Yeah.
Has Phantasy Star Online 2 released in English yet?
Is that out?
Oh, yeah.
Has that been out for decades?
It's been out for years in Japan.
I'd be okay
People-
with Fantasy Star Online 3, and if they brought that to North America.
Yeah, people
I don't wanna be
have
playing one.
modded the Japanese version so you can play it. I played it for a while.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. But they were in the middle of releasing an English server. I wonder how that's going.
I always
don't
remember
want- I
hearing
don't
the
wanna
stories
just go
from
to- I
the
don't-
Dreamcast.
I don't want to go to a game that people have been playing for 20 years.
Yeah.
No, they've been playing
I
it
know.
for 5 years.
I know, but listen, I don't want to go. They've been playing it for 5 years. I don't want to just be introduced to it now.
But it's such a great game.
Well,
Is
if
it
they
though?
release a Fantasy Star 3, I'd play that.
All right. Well, let's hope that happens because I'd like to play some Phantasy Star.
Yeah.
But other than that,
What about Monster Hunter? It's the same thing, no?
yeah, it's similar. There's similarities to Monster Hunter, but I really,
Some similarities.
You played Monster Hunter,
yeah,
right? You got
Pretty
into that?
sure they're
they're the
just
same,
complete clones of each other.
I guess. Okay, I accept that. There's a lot of driving games coming out. Forza 7, Dirt 4, Gran Turismo, and
Yeah.
don't think
Arcade,
it's,
car porn, and I don't know.
From my days playing Gran Turismo 1
Drive
and 2,
Simulator.
I've like 1, 2, and 3. Did I get into 3? I have a nostalgia for wanting to go back to Gran Turismo.
Yeah. But then you realize it's just because we didn't have games.
It didn't feel it doesn't feel the same. Like
No.
it was like, yeah, they look great, but the actual gameplay doesn't feel the same as it did.
Yeah, there's just be something about going around that corner and your tires would be like, I missed the point where I should have changed my tires. And then you come into the sand, it's like, oh no. And you go.
They still have that though.
They still have that.
It's still realistic driving.
All
So
right.
there was, in addition, we know we're going to get another Call of Duty.
Yeah.
What I don't know, and I haven't heard anything about, is a new Battlefield.
I think I'm going to take a hiatus on the Battlefield playing.
Yeah, I'm good for that.
We were satisfied with
For-
Battlefield 1.
2018, I want to play some single player stories.
Yeah,
That's-
I agree.
I want-
2016 and 2017. This year has a lot of great single player
Yeah.
games that I
Yeah,
haven't gotten into.
I can't believe you guys haven't played Horizon.
I need to play Horizon. I need to play Persona 5.
Oh gosh, that's gonna take you.
Yeah, I still need to play.
Hours.
I still need to play like Resident Evil 7.
I did
know you
get.
played it.
I got it on the game.
Yeah.
Play it.
Jeez.
It's good. Resident Evil 7 was good. Final Fantasy 15 just came out. I played the heck out of that.
I remember when Horizon Zero Dawn
I should play Prey as well.
came out.
Oh yeah, I want to play that.
I actually thought that I was gonna lose Adam for a couple months.
Uh-huh.
Like you were just gonna disappear into the depths of a single player game.
Yeah, I got busy though.
I've got The Last Guardian out there in physical that I still have to play.
I can't believe you bought that.
What?
Why?
Don't give them your money. Oh,
Why?
it's too late now.
For The Last Guardian?
Yeah.
I know.
The Last Guardian,
I'll
the
support Team Miko.
decade-long, shitty game that released after trial and tribulation. A game that was meant that I think they announced it at one of the first PS3 E3 conferences.
Yes.
Finally releases last year.
Yeah.
They ported it over to a new console because they mess up the development so badly.
Yeah.
I actually really want to know the story that happened to the developer, but at the end of the day, the graphics didn't change. You have a decade-old game that's been shoehorned to finally come out just so they can make some money off of it and stop bleeding. The only miracle was that relative to all that, it was better than people expected, and it still got like a 6 or 7 out of 10. That's a miracle.
Hey, I'll play a 6 out of 10, no problem. That's a pass.
Pass.
And it's single player, and I know as soon as I beat it in a weekend, I done.
And,
I might even have enjoyed
You're going
it.
to tell me the week after?
Yeah, it's
on
a 6 out of 10.
You know what you're going to say?
What?
The controls were so bad, it felt like I was in the PS2 era again, and it's because you will have been.
But you know, that's the funny thing about Shadow of the Colossus and Ico is there's just there is this like I do remember clearly the feedback of trying to like friggin' it's part of the charm of it.
Oh god.
Trying to like get it's like and the falling off
That
the
was the
It's
charm
called
of
charm.
PlayStation 2. I loved PlayStation 2. The controls were
So I am curious how because I know it's in
hard
it.
to go back to that
Yeah.
though after we've had such great.
ever since Halo came out. Everyone has really amped up their controller game.
Yeah.
Yes.
You look at Resident Evil's tank controls; those are still playable. I went back to Dino Crisis just not too long ago. Now those are tank controls not quite up to par.
You played Dino?
Oh my! And the dinosaurs move so quick, and there's no ammo, and there's no way to run well.
Actually, I don't think there's many people who beat that game.
That's hard.
It's
so good.
Dino Crisis was a game that kind of had the same difficulty level as like some NES games.
Yeah.
Where it wasn't like there was no beta play at all to it. It was
Yeah.
just here's a system that works, and then you go in and you play it, and it's like, this is impossible, right?
Well, they
Oh, I
dole
didn't-
out the
I didn't
ammo
know
in a
that.
way where it's just like you never have enough.
There's no
You have
ammo.
to run past a lot of dinosaurs. Running is not easy in this game.
Did you guys ever play
Drunken Goose.
Mario: The Lost Worlds?
No, I didn't.
That was a fantastic. So the Lost World is meant to be
Oh,
an
that-
extremely
that's right.
difficult Mario game.
That was Mario 2, right?
yes.
The one
Mario
where
2
you
Lost
pick
World.
guys out of the ground and throw them.
No, well, that was the American version
That's
that
right.
they called 2, but the actual 2
So-
came out as Lost Levels.
Yeah, the Lost Levels. So Mario 2 came out in Japan. They didn't release that in North America because they considered it too difficult.
Yeah.
They didn't think the Western audience would be able to handle it. So they released
They
what
wouldn't
we know as
scrubs.
Mario 2. The Lost Levels literally feels like Super Mario Bros. 3 on steroids and as hard as possible. You have to do pixel perfect jumps in a NES game. It is actually really satisfying to beat.
Yeah. Did you beat it?
I did beat it.
Wow.
Yes. I sat down, ran an all-nighter. We beat it. Really satisfying. It was me and Luke.
I never beat Super Smash Bros.
You don't. Do you have to play
Super
Smash
Mario Bros?
What?
Super
Super Mario Bros. Sorry.
Yeah, I never beat the
Oh.
first Super Mario Bros. either.
Is there even an end to that?
No, there is. You can actually finish that
Well,
game real fast.
Yeah, well, you do the pipes, but we like to not use the pipes. Okay,
wanna go
we like
from
to experience all the
A, B
content.
to C to D.
You know what?
And I do remember getting to the castle. It was kind of a brown background, and it's a lot of the bullets coming out.
yeah.
And then hammer guys that's
I-
as far as I got.
And I know that we'll never get this data because it's physically impossible. But could you imagine if they were able to get the statistics on how many levels? So out of the 8 levels in Super Mario Bros. 3, the percentage that everyone played each level because of the pipes. They make you skip certain levels.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure level 5, no one ever, like the giant level,
Yeah.
no one ever played that. I guarantee you like less than 10% of playthroughs.
With trophies nowadays, you could do that.
Yeah, that would be great.
Like this percentage of people have the trophy for being this level.
Yeah.
But it probably still would just be at that point to like get through the game, and then like you'd skip to it. Like I'm sure you might miss like one level or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So in other news, Nintendo is talking about Legend of Zelda mobile game.
Yeah.
And releasing something like that. I don't know if you guys
like
ever
just a remake, or what do you mean?
No, they want to make a Zelda mobile game, and we don't know what it's going to be. I don't think they're intending it to be a remake. It's just going to be a new style game, and they're going to try and be creative on a phone.
Okay.
They released Mario Run, I think it was called.
I imagine it's your chicken and you're trying to beat Ganon. That would be my guess on Zelda.
Good guess.
You're Zelda's chicken, and Zelda's been captured by Ganon, and now you're a chicken who has to go rescue Zelda.
This is odd. An odd storyline.
Well, what game mechanics would your chicken use to beat Ganon? So I'm on a mobile.
Peck.
And to peck, do I tap Ganon?
Is it super effective because it's flying?
So
peck
walk me
and
through the
then-
controls.
I couldn't do that.
How do I get around
There's
the
a
world?
lot of...
Is it a never-ending chicken? Like, does the chicken keep walking and I control turns? Do I control the walking of the chicken with an invisible D-pad? What do I do with the chicken?
Nobody knows.
No, I don't know.
I like.
I
Could they do like
this is the first I've heard
What
of
about
it.
a
I'm just coming up
Zelda
with stuff.
RPG?
Oh.
Would that be?
Like Mario Stars, or what was that?
Mario RPG.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that too.
Mario Stars RPG or something?
You could have characters like that. You could get like a Zara, whatever their name is, and then like
Zora?
a ground guy next to you.
Zora and Agora.
You know, you'd do a team thing. Get friggin' Sheik with
I
you.
saw this thing for...
Wait, aren't I rescuing you?
That'd be fun. Well, wasn't there that... Well, it was kind of a side-scroller, non-linear game, the Zelda that came out.
Two? Zelda
Or
2?
was it called Wonder Boy? That I always confuse.
What are you?
Well, the second Zelda was a side scroller.
Yeah, that was town-based too. That was like almost like a Mario.
Yeah, it
Right?
was.
Yeah.
I think it's that one that I'm thinking of then.
That was also really hard. That is a tremendously difficult game.
It's reasonably difficult. It didn't stand. It doesn't. I played it. It didn't
played it?
stand out to me as overly difficult.
Okay.
I don't know.
I suck.
So I'm trying to visualize what they're going to do with it, because with Mario Run, the whole idea is it's one-handed, and you just tap for jump, and Mario is constantly just running through. I'd like to see what they're going to do with Link, or maybe they'll just make it Zelda proper.
Maybe they'll make it like... what's that Star Wars game that came out?
Galaxy.
Where it's just like Heroes. Star Wars Heroes.
Okay.
Where you have all the heroes of Star Wars, and or you will have it of Link or Zelda, and
that'd
it's
be
just
cool.
like a battle. It's kind of like the RPG battle. Each one you choose what attack they use.
Yeah.
They might be trying to get. Well, I don't know. Nintendo is not the best at adapting, right?
Well, they're the most creative, and sometimes
They're very
they hit a home
avant-garde,
run.
but they don't really adapt. They don't take.
I'm just
other
trying to
people's
think because
ideas.
that style has been used by a bunch of even like the Marvel one, right?
Well,
like, would they
yeah.
copy something like that,
But that's
or
the-
would because it works, or would they still do their
They're
own?
going to invent
They-
something that
yeah.
none of us could have even thought of, and I don't know how they keep
And a
doing
lot of us will
My
think,
faith.
why would you do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Another
But at least they're like, well, we're not doing what everyone else is doing.
Well, as long as
Yeah.
I can do a spin
And-
attack by swirling my finger on the screen, I'm happy.
Have you another way they've tried to be different? Have you seen their headset setup?
No.
Oh, because you got to plug in the adapter into the console, and then you plug in your headset into the adapter, and then you can actually talk to people online. You're now 2017. We
First,
now have online
You can actually talk to
communication.
people?
Yeah,
Do you need the
there's
friend code?
there's you might need a
It
code.
plugs into
Their
the switch.
setup is so ridiculous.
So it's an adapter.
yeah,
The headset plugs into the adapter, and the adapter plugs into
Terrible.
the system itself.
yeah.
Does
Not
the
the
system-
controller, not by Bluetooth, nothing like that.
Does the system use a USB port?
Did you hear that scratching? None of us are wearing our headsets today.
No.
We're trying out something different. That's why it's been so long.
It's liberating. It doesn't feel different because it's the third time we're doing it.
Yeah.
What? I don't know, but it is a wired headset, and that's just ridiculous.
Well, it's not that ridiculous. PC players still use wired because they think it's cool. They're hip.
I still use that one earbud into the controller.
Oh, that pains me. It hurts me that you still use that. But now
I have an actual headset too.
Anyway, this is what it looks like. So you can actually talk into the phone, I guess, and the Switch, and then like it's to monitor. I don't know.
Interesting.
Oh,
we can throw that up.
So it's connecting a whole bunch of devices at once, but
weird.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's about it. I'm good. You guys got something you want to throw out there?
I did have something.
What's that?
But you look like you have something.
No.
Oh.
I'm done.
What's going on? What's in your mind?
Nah, I guess nothing.
Question time with Matt Andrews. What do you got?
We've
got our first listener question. And that's what I'll say when you send one.
Oh, yeah.
So please send us a comment or a question on general@3hoursEarly.com.
Guys, we're working hard on this.
Don't do it. Don't sell yourself.
We need help. Give us some feedback. Let us know how we're doing.
If you are one of our first Patreon subscribers, you will be able to see takes 1 and 2 of this episode. You'll notice they're very similar and very, very different at the same time. YouTube.com, 3 Hours Early. Check us out on SoundCloud, iTunes, Twitter, please. My Twitter handle is A_Nia, 3HE.
Adam_3HE.
Matt 3HE.
This has been episode 4, take 3 of 3 Hours Early podcast. See you next time.
Check out Patreon for extra content.
Well,
if you're interested.
Yeah, it takes 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.